People in Evanston, Wyoming are still talking about the 4.7 magnitude earthquake that hit near the Utah-Wyoming state border early this morning. Thanks for joining us for 2 News at 5. I'm Heidi Hatch.
And I'm Brian Schnee. Natalie Wattis traveled to the area to talk to people about their experience when they felt the earth move under their feet.
I'm standing on the Utah-Wyoming border, which is about as close as you can get to the epicenter of where that 4.7 magnitude earthquake happened earlier this morning. Now, I spoke with an earthquakes expert at Utah State University who tells me this earthquake was the result of what's called the Bear River Fault Zone. Is it odd to you guys when an earthquake happens here?
Oh yeah, when we can feel it all the way from Utah, yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
Dawn Christensen, who works at the Fast Stop Travel Center Last Chance gas station in Evanston, Wyoming, says the earthquake around 8 this morning is the talk of the town today.
My coworker, Luna, she left this morning a little bit ago, and she told me that she felt it. She felt like the ground was moving, and she kind of freaked out a little bit and was asking customers too, well, do you feel that? Because she felt like she was losing her mind at first.
Brady Cox, professor of earthquake engineering at Utah State University, told me over the phone it's not unexpected to have an earthquake here, about 25 miles south of Evanston.
It's not a very long fault. It can't produce really large earthquakes. It's not big enough to cause any engineering damage, to structures or bridges.
Just enough to rattle some dishes, which is exactly what Christensen said she heard from one customer, a delivery driver from Salt Lake City.
He said he was just sitting there and his coffee pot started moving and he could just tell like everything was swaying.
Professor Cox says this fault zone here is a normal fault, with the two sides of land being pulled apart, causing these earthquakes.
I did have a couple of ladies that came in here. She had to pull over on the freeway as they were driving to Salt Lake this morning because they felt something off, and they waited for a minute and then they started driving, and then that's when they heard on the radio that there was an earthquake, and so she felt a little bit better that it wasn't just in her head.
Professor Cox said it should be a substantial amount of time before the fault can produce another earthquake of this magnitude.
The main thing is just to be aware we live in earthquake country here.
I'm pretty sure I will hear about it for the next few days.
Reporting from the Utah-Wyoming state line, Natalie Wattis, KUTV 2 News.
Thousands also felt the earthquake across northern Utah.
Christian Sita joins us live in Weber County. And Christian, people flooded social media talking about their experiences.
Yeah, Heidi, Brian, now residents here in Weber County tell me that even though that earthquake was for a few seconds, it was strong enough to wake them up. Many people across northern Utah felt it, a brief but noticeable earthquake shaking parts of the Wasatch Front.
It was about a little before 8 this morning. I was still a little half asleep, and I noticed that the window was rattling a little bit and the walls were creaking, and then the bed shook, and then that kind of woke me up.
Goodson says it took him a moment to realize what was happening.
I didn't register it as an earthquake right away until the bed started shaking, and that's when I realized that it was an earthquake.
The shaking only lasted a few seconds and fortunately caused no reports of damage, something many Utahns echoed online. Under our Facebook post, one user said, "I was dead asleep and didn't feel anything," and another said, "I was in my car and I could feel it. I thought someone was playing around with me." Goodson says after the shaking stopped, he went straight to social media to confirm he wasn't alone.
I was pretty calm. It was pretty small for me, but I went to Facebook to see, and I noticed that other people felt it too.
Now, this is the largest earthquake that has been felt around the Wasatch Front since 2020. Reporting live in Weber County, Christian Sita, KUTV 2 News.
All right, Christian, thank you very much. March 2020, 5.7 magnitude quake shook the Wasatch Front with an epicenter north of Magna. It occurred at a depth of about 7 miles. Shaking varied based on location, of course. Downtown Salt Lake City, the shaking lasted about 20 seconds. And this was considered a moderate-sized earthquake. The Wasatch Fault is capable of generating to a magnitude 7.5 earthquake. There's more than a 50% chance that a major earthquake will happen along the Wasatch Front in the next 50 years.
Good reminder to be prepared. The statewide Utah shakeout takes place April 16th. Utahns will participate in the earthquake drills for work, school, and home. So far, 113 organizations have signed up to take part. In the meantime, you can assemble an earthquake preparedness kit that could include 3 days of water, non-perishable food, important documents, and money. That day